Alright guys, we're getting ready to start this painting. It's going to be a lunarscape or moonscape. My little kiddo's in the room playing around, so if you hear some noise in the background, that's just my little one trying to be a good girl for mama. So first thing I want to do is take my paint and my favorite palette, which is a paper plate, and just add water to the paint. And you want to make it really runny. We're just going to try to brush this on here just to get that white off. If you were doing like an oil painting, typically they would use like a brown color just to get that white color off the canvas. But we're going to do a lunarscape with a tree maybe. Okay, so we got the blue down almost. Put a light on there so it's a little bit easier to see. You notice it's kind of running and everything. That's okay. We can just brush that out. Acrylic is pretty easy paint to work with. It dries really well. But it was an interesting transition from oil painting, which I had done for a long time. The other good thing about acrylic paint is it doesn't stink up the house too bad. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to brush it just to try to mush in those runners. There we go, kind of even it out a little bit. If you get any random little brush fuzzies, you can go ahead and get those out too. Okay, so we got that down. The next thing I want to do, I'm going to get another plate out for my little moon. So we're going to make a moon, and what's great about this, there you are. What's great about this is this guy already has cool little craters on there. Now granted, you're not going to see a lot of craters from the earth. Let's get a little bit of water on the hair. We're going to put a little bit. It's okay, there's a little blue in there. Don't worry. And you could, of course, just paint it on. Paint the white circle in the middle of the canvas. But I was trying to find a way to make it a little less nerve-wracking. The thing about the sponge is it's actually sucking up everything. So let's put a little bit more paint on there. And rub it in. Now this isn't going to be the perfect moon bit. This is just getting the idea of where you want your moon to be. You have two sides, so for any reason, I'm just pushing it in there and mashing it on. All right, we're going to put our moon right in the middle for me. You can put your moon wherever you want. So we're just pushing it, just hold it there, wiggle it a little bit. And I'm going to try to pull it right off. I would pinch it in the middle and just pull. Okay. So notice it's all blue on this side, so that's okay. All right, so now that we have an idea where we're going to put our moon, if you see some runners happening again, it's going to be okay. All right, so now we're going to go back to our blue brush. Now you notice there's a little bit of white in here. The thing about acrylic paint is if you want it to be opaque, you want to add a little white in there anyway, and then add your color to it. So now we're going to go back up here and just pull this. And if you remember, if you think of looking, when you look into the sky on a full moon night, it does tend to take over the sky, doesn't it? That's kind of what's exciting about it. If you paint over your moon by accident or brush through it, it's okay. We're going to come back and put a more detailed moon on here. And this is supposed to be a gestural painting, whimsical painting, so now I'm not really striving for realism here. We're just trying to have a happy little moon and a mystical little sky. All right, so let's just keep brushing this down. Everything's still nice and wet. That's what you kind of want on the canvas anyway. Pulling it out. Still a little translucent on the canvas. I'm probably going to throw some more white into our blue. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to, almost like a flower, let's brush it out. Because when the sky is lit up by the moon at night, it's going to radiate from the center out. I'm just going to pull that down so I can get in here a little bit. Center out. Center out. And if you notice that because it's got that white in there, it's starting to really, you're losing that texture from the canvas now. It's starting to really fill in with that paint. Okay, more blue. Ooh, more white. And then I'm just pulling it down. We're going to go back and pull those rays down again and brush them out some more. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. In the sky, if you think about it, sometimes when you go out on a full moon, it literally could be daytime. That's why they called it like the hunter's moon and things like that, because you could literally see so well. You could hunt at night, and sometimes you plant seeds at night. At least that's what I've been told. Okay, so I got everybody filled in here. And Van Gogh is definitely one of my inspirations. Well, I don't know. His work is just so unique and interesting. The way he sees color and portrays it. Right. Now we have black, purple, and blue left here. So I'm saving the black. I'm not normally a fan of black. And if you baby girl, you need help, you come here. I'll help you.
No, I can't. It's too hard to move this van.
Okay, hold on, kid. Hold on, fans. We gotta help Anna move a van. I'm gonna pause. Okay, we're back. Van crisis averted. So now that we got the white layer on there and it's starting to take off the texture of the canvas. We can come back in with some of the darker colors. I really am saving the black just for the silhouette of the tree against the moon, but I'm adding purple to the blue, and we're going to come in from the bottom in. This time we're going to add a little bit of water, just a little bit to loosen that up a little bit. So because we're doing the sky, it's going to be a series of up and down strokes like this, so we can get those the ray effects from the moon. And we're just going to try to get these guys off the bottom here. And we're trying to go on that angle to capture those. All right, and then we're going to come in from the side. A little bit of purple in there, a little bit of blue and purple. I'm just trying to get the sky to be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Nocturnal? Mystical? There we go. Okay, look, oh my goodness, whatever, wait, no big deal. It's okay, we just wanted that moon dot to be kind of where we thought we wanted our moon to be. It's kind of looking like a wish flower. Okay, I'm going to start getting a little bit more, get a little bit more of those bolder colors in, darker colors. It's really purpley now. Ooh, big purple. There we go, bringing it in. Kind of look like a warp speed zone or a wormhole right now. That's kind of what's fun about painting. You can really watch something transform. Kind of gets me in trouble sometimes though, because I start getting ideas and switch the painting and then regret it and then go back and forth for a couple years, months. Okay, so I feel like we got a little bit more darker this way. All right. Psst, psst. Turn it down a little bit.
Mommy, can you turn it down for me?
What do you think of the moon, Anne? Is it looking better?
It's perfect.
There you go. There you go, little helper.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sometimes I gotta just pull that canvas out a little bit. All right. And this brush is really really kind of rough. You can actually find brushes that are really smooth, and they really can make a difference without having those brush strokes. So let's see. Now that we have our, notice I'm coming back and I'm kind of going the sideways. What's up with that? That's gonna blend it. Just want to blend it just a little bit, just so it's not so. Kind of go back and forth with that just to. Getting real fussy, so we're gonna add a little bit of water, add a little bit more black, purple. Bring it in from the edges a little bit more. A little bit more water. Alright, here we go. And you can do like dabbing gestures as well if you need to like fill it in a little bit more. And then we're going to smooth that out a little bit. So at this point, we're just swooshing around. Just trying to have an interesting variation of the blue, the purple. The only thing I wouldn't do is do it the opposite way. You want to do stroke this way, stay with the stroke, or sideways.
Yeah, I will always do.
Alright, so we're going to go back to the moon now. And we're our little moon dude. So I have my moon sponge again. And I'm just smushing that paint right in there. We're going to build our moon up a bit. First, I'm trying to make it a little less watery and just trying to get the paint on there. I might need to put some more water on there. If I would have gotten a bigger sponge, I think I would have been happier, but this might work too. Let me just try to get it as close to where we had it before. That kind of cleans that up a little. That turned out pretty cool. And I'm going to keep the sponge face down to maintain that. All right, now I'm going to go to my medium brush. Medium. I love brushes. I have so many brushes. All right, so this brush is really rough. Okay, but we're going to put it directly into the white this time. And we're going to just try to pull out some rays on the moon. Again, we're making another flower. Looks like a flower, right? Looks like a mini sunflower. And now we're going to smush it blend it again. Again, if you mess up your moon there from the sponge, no worries. We can go back with our sponge technique. It's my first sponge painting. I usually just use brushes, but I thought I'd try something a little different. All right, so we're getting this on here. I'm trying to just do the strokes out first, and we're going to come back and blend some more. All right, so just trying to brighten up that sky. And a lot of times you'll see this if you I don't know. I love the moon. I love taking photographs of the moon. So I am a moon connoisseur. So there's sometimes when the moon is full, you'll see like a rim around it. I think they say that's when there's a storm coming. It'll form its own little halo almost. It's kind of what we're going for here, is just to create this ethereal, that's the word I was looking for earlier, ethereal effect. So this one I got a little too much water in it, so I'm just trying to moosh it in. Right, let's put this guy back, and we're going to go back to our big brush now. With Mr. Big Brush, if you can get one of these extremely absorbent tails, makes a big difference. We're just trying to get that paint out and let that brush absorb the water. And I'm just going no paint, just a little bit of a wet brush. And we're going to go back in here and pull this out again. And you're going to see a lot of this stuff is repetitive. You're just building layers. All right, so we're getting that moon back now. I was hoping for. I haven't done this painting before, so we're in this together to see if this is going to work or not. Oh, we got a little drip there. Let's try to mush that in. All right, we're still trying to blend this white area in. And then we're going to go back and get some blue and dark purples again. All right, let's go back and get some blues. So we already got the blue on here already. We're just going to add blue to the water, purple to the water. We want that dark. I think I want to try to get a little darker towards the bottom. That's the water. That's too dry. You kind of want your consistency of your paint to almost be like tomato soup, if that helps. So when you plop it on the it's like ketchup, and then when you add water to it, you want it like a soupy texture. I hope that helps kind of visualize this. But we're trying to put the darky bits towards the edge of the painting as much as possible. More water, please. We are building layers. More blue. More blue. Now I'm kind of tapping now because it's, I don't know if it's because it's at the top of the canvas or. So let's just throw some straight purple on there for a second. See that has some variety. Oh boy. I'm going to add some water. At this point, the strokes are really light. You're just letting the paint and the brush and the canvas just kind of have a chat. And then I'm going to come sideways. And then back and vertical. I think I need to add some more white here because I think I'm losing some of that. Okay. And we'll go back to my medium brush. When you're working with darker colors like this, you're probably going to have to change your water a lot more frequently. Let's just smoosh this around. I'm going to try to do more of a mushy rhythm this time. Yeah, it looks like it's going to work a little bit better because it's kind of blending it. The last couple full moons that I saw was really on cloudy days. Okay, so we are pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go rinse, get some fresh water, guys. Just a second. Somebody found some cheese puffs. It's also good to step away from your painting every now and then so you can kind of have a look-see and make sure. That was, I think, all my teachers in high school and what little college I did take. That was like a number one. Make sure you step back if you can get caught up in the details of something and it doesn't quite work that way, the way you thought it was. Okay, so back to my sponge. I am going to take white and I'm going to add a little yellow. So you got that bright thing. Okay, got a little blue in there. So let's try to. So the moon, just to give it some variety. I'm going to try to. Again, back to the paint. Just try to smoosh it around. Pull it straight back. Now, I'm going to go back with my medium brush, grab some more white, grab some more yellow. If you add white to yellow, it makes it even like a lighter, brighter white. All right, so we're going to see this big spot here. We can't quite fill that, so we're going to go ahead with the sponge. So we're going to go ahead back and tack that in with the moon. And you see these little dots here? Normally I would be devastated, but those are stars peeking through. And you can always come back with the sponge if you really like the. I'm just kind of trying to even everything out so we have. This may be one of those paintings that's actually easier to do flat because some of the effects are running. All right, let's take the sponge back on there and see. I might throw a little. I think it's time to. All right, guys, I've been really wanting to paint with this paint for like ever. This glow in the dark paint. So, again, you're on this trip with me. So we're gonna add it to here. So we have a little bit on the. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in with the white. And we're going to go ahead and smudge that back on there. Oh, that's nice. And if you really want to go all in with the authenticity of the moon, you could study a image of a full moon and put those craters in. Some people say they see the man in the moon. Some people say they see a rabbit. Depending on the.
Can you give me some more water?
I have to water the baby as well as the painting. So we're gonna get Anna water and let that dry for a second. So that's kind of working out. You borrow that for a second. Yep. Anna fresh water. Yeah, so I'm not really feeling the need to do that. It's really more in regards to do that I meant to put those specific craters on there. But let's go back to this black one, this glow in the dark paint. So I'm going to add more to the my little white plate here with my sponge. I'm going to pull some of this yellow. And stars. This I am going to do flat. Okay, guys. I'm just going to lean that up against my shirt. So what we're doing here is we're trying to make stars. So you take your brush, and it should be very wet, and you get away from the canvases, and then you just start doing spatters. Makes for a very yucky finger. So great effect for stars. Okay, as it kind of dries out a little bit more, it gets a little. All right, so there you go. We got the beginnings of the stars, and if they streak, it's okay. It'll look like a comet, so don't worry about that. All right, so get your absorbent towel that I recommended, or a paper towel, and wipe off those fingers. All right, so we got some edges around here that are a little bit rough. So now we're going to come in with my itty bitty brush. Excuse me. Itty bitty brush. And oh, don't worry, I have even itty bittier brushes. This is my bittiest brush. But I don't think we're going to need that for this one. So if you wanted to, the other thing you can do with your brush, if you're trying to make stars and stuff and you want them to be a bit larger, you can use the end of your paintbrush. I use this to do the highlights and eyes. And you can take and the up. So here's your brush, and then the other side. You got it on the pink, and then maybe there's a little guy up here, and then maybe there's a little guy up here. Don't make it too symmetrical though, because there's not much in nature that's symmetrical that I'm aware of. Maybe that's a planet. Okay, so we got a little bit of variation of stars and stuff. Okay, so next we're going to make our tree. Hooray! But before I do that, I got this big brush out because I want to get a very dark ring around this moon. Again, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I'm just weird.